Hello and welcome back into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George. If this is your first time here, or if you've been here before and haven't subscribed yet, please do so and turn on the notification bell. Really appreciate all that, and the thumbs ups. And thank you to all the subscribers before. We are over 2,500 subscribers. Fantastic. Let's get to 3K. All right, well, this video is going to focus on New York Knicks Summer League. They are playing very well. I mean, even game one, even though they lost to the Raptors, they still played well. I like a lot of what I'm seeing. There's a lot for us to be happy about, a lot for us to, a lot of this good stuff is going to carry over into the regular season. I see it, especially because primarily the focus has been on IQ and Obi, trying to really refine their game so that when they get called upon in the regular season, they're going to deliver at a very high, at a high level for them. And it looks like they are playing at a much higher level than the majority of the people that they're playing against in this summer league. I mean, they're really kind of outclassing the majority of their opponents. The Knicks beat the Lakers 91-82, and there was definitely a star of the game, and we will get to him. But first, we have to focus on, in general, what's going on with the team. The team shot 45.5% from the field, which is nothing spectacular. They shot 40% from the three-point line. A nice, clean 40%, which is, that I like. 14 out of 35. 14 out of 35. That's what I want to see the regular squad do. I want to see 35 three-pointers a game. That's the average we got to get up. In fact, more. They shot 17 of 19 free throws, which Immanuel Quickley accounted for 10 of those. 10 of 10 he shot from the free throw line. Fantastic. 19 assists, not a spectacularly high mark, but it's decent for a 40-minute game. 17 turnovers though. That is bad for a 40-minute game. That's one of the reasons why the game got closer than it needed to be, because at one point it looked like the Knicks were just going to blow this out, especially in the first quarter. It was 25-20, and it just looked like the Knicks just were toying with the Lakers generally. Even though the game was a pretty good game, once IQ went to the bench, the offense ground to a halt. I think they scored maybe 2 points for about a 5-minute stretch there. So that's half a quarter. Obi, 17 points, 11 rebounds, nice double-double, but he did have 5 turnovers. He looked, he didn't look as good this game as he has the 2 previous games. He wasn't as efficient, but he still looked like, he just looked like he's in another level than the other bigs on the court. But Jericho Sims, he's really turning out to be something, man. He is turning out to be something really interesting that I think he's going to be a piece that the Knicks are going to utilize during the regular season. He finally missed a shot. That's right. But only one. He went 3 out of 4. He scored 7 points. And someone finally made a 2-point shot. Quinton Grimes. Now, Quinton Grimes, I think people are a little worried about him right now. They're like, wait a second. Our second-round picks are outshining our first-round pick. I'm here to tell everybody, just relax. Quinton, remember, and there was a good article by Mark Berman about this, about talking to Kelvin Sampson about Quinton. Quinton is used to being the lead dog, and that's a tough adjustment. To make, and it's only been a few days, only been a few games. He hasn't even he was drafted like 2 weeks ago. So it's gonna take a little bit. Plus, actually he's looked pretty good. In general. He's shot, I think he's averaging 32% from the 3-point line, which is even better than what Quickley's shooting from the 3-point line. So it's going to come. It's just going to take him to make some adjustments and understand. But the beautiful thing is, even though he only scored 8 points and he shot 3 of 9 in general from the field and only 2 of 8 from the 3-point line, he got 9 boards, 2 assists, and he was the team high in plus 21. And he was the team high in plus minus in game 2. Remember that. So this guy's fitting in nicely. I wouldn't be surprised if after, like, I wouldn't even be surprised if one of the next 2 games he like busts out, scores 20 plus. Like what our man Deuce Miles McBride. Yes, I love Deuce has gone wild in Vegas. 22 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 7 of 9 from the field, and 6 of 6 from the 3-point line. Wow. People are like starting to make comparisons to Marcus Smart. I'm sorry, but when was the last time Marcus Smart shot like this? No way. Deuce is a better shooter than Marcus Smart. So let's just clear that up. Defensively, what's he doing? Everything that I told you guys he was going to do. He's going to harass the offensive player, completely disrupt them. And he has. I mean, Austin Reeves, he didn't know what hit him. Whew. And McClug, I think that's how you say his name. Another one that Deuce totally took out of their games. Wow, that's a big. This is a big find. Getting Deuce McBride is just something that we have needed from the point and the number 1 defensive position for decades. Gotta say, decades. I can't even remember the last time that we have had a guy who could play the point defensively as effectively and impactfully as Mr. McBride does. And apparently he learned that from his dad, which is nice. I love when that legacy situation starts happening. Now let's talk about. Well, let's check out some stats here, man. Of Deuce just going nuts. I love it. One thing is that I do want to point out. I want to highlight because it's important, and it's not about Deuce. It's about Jericho Sims, and I'm going to get really serious right now. Now, look, Jericho took a 3-pointer. Come on, Mitch. Mitch, we want you to do the same. I love it. He got it. He snapped it off. He missed. I wish he'd taken another one. In fact, I want Jericho to take 3 3-pointers next game. I want to see him hit that. I'm telling you, man, if we can get some 3-point production from the 5-hole, this team is going to be scary. It's going to be scary. Not that Jericho's going to get time over Mitch, but those moments when we might need some of that, he'll bring it. Because, we've seen, Nerlens has tried it. Taj is the only one in the 5-hole who can actually give us a 3-pointer once in a while, which I love him for that. That's a necessary ingredient that we have been missing. So, Mitch, come on, do it in game. Do it in game. All right, well, Deuce was all over the court, man. And he even like penetrated for a nice layup. One thing is his rim, like the way he actually, he doesn't really lay it up. He actually kind of shoots it. He gets there, uses his body, and then he shoots it off the backboard as like when he's like a foot away. Kind of interesting. I think one of the things he's going to benefit tremendously from playing with Derrick Rose and watching Derrick Rose and Kemba, because 2 of the very best small point guards who can finish at the rim that I've ever seen. So that'll be nice. That's going to totally expand his game. But man, the game that he has now, he's ready. Can you believe we got him at the 36th pick? Woo-hoo, baby. And the guy we got at 34, Rokas Jokubaitis. Yes, I attempted to say his name. Jokubaitis. I think that's how you say it. He had a really nice game. 3 of 4, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. I think from the corner. I think he had 2 corner threes, 2 rebounds, scored 8 points. Only 8 minutes, but I love his energy. I love his vibe. He has confidence. This kid, he understands that he's going to be in the NBA eventually. May not be next season, but he will be in the NBA for sure. And Obi Toppin, though. Let's get back to Obi. Obi, calm down, man. Calm down. You've got things in your bag you haven't even used yet. But it doesn't mean that you have to try to use them all in one game. I need you to just focus on complete domination in the paint. You have the size, you have the agility, and you have the strength to do it. Just do it, do it, do it. I want to see a game from Obi where you basically go 9 of 10. I want to see a 9 of 10 game from Obi. The 3-point shot, keep shooting it. You shot 2 of 6 against the Lakers, 33%. And then the previous game 3 of 6. So in the past 2 games, you're 5 of 12 from the 3-point line. That is pretty. That's a pretty nice price. Excellent numbers. Keep doing that. Keep doing it. But you got to get more control of the ball. I know it's hard. Because you really haven't had that much floor time in general for about a year. You average 10 minutes a game only during the regular season and 11 in the postseason. And now you're finally getting some minutes. You played 35 minutes last night. Sims played 31, Grimes 32, Quickley 34, and Deuce played 28 minutes. So that's a very Thibodeau type stat lines. Basically working. They're working the guys who are playing the best on the court. And that's just the way you got to achieve it. That's the way you got to approach this game. Love that. But Deuce McBride is the real deal. And I believe that Quinton Grimes will eventually start showing us some of the flashes. Not flashes, but he will start showing us the complete game that he has. Defensively, he's right there. He makes smart adjustments. He knows when to help. He knows when to kind of like goat the offensive player. I love those. I love that. He's a very cerebral player. The problem is that, like we talked about, he needs to accept. He might need to accept his role. That might be what it is. And he may think intellectually he's accepting it, but he's not letting his body accept it. That's going to come. All right. Well, man. But Immanuel Quickley, man. 25 points, 7 of 15. 7 assists, 1 steal. But he did have 3 turnovers. That's like the most that he's had all summer league. I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Subscribe, thumbs ups, and I will see you around the Knicks-Verse.